PeakDay podcast, where we discuss fertility and natural family planning with our friends. I'm your co-host, Martha Haney, and with me today is our new co-host, Maria Alejandra Martinez.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome to today's guest, Katie Zulanis, Couple to Couple League Executive Director. Welcome, Katie, to the PeakDay podcast.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Katie, what would you say is a common misunderstanding about natural family planning?
I think a common misconception is that it doesn't work. People just are so surprised that you, with a pencil and paper and a thermometer, that you can actually understand your fertility and cooperate with your body to plan your family. They find that amazing. And yet we've taught over 500,000 students, and we are aware that many years of it working just great.
So, Katie, what will be a piece of advice that you will give to an engaged couple?
An engaged couple, one of the best things you can do is take an NFP class to get you off on the right start for your marriage, your family. Some of the unknown benefits when you're newly engaged, you don't even think about. But natural family planning not only helps you with family planning and that you and your husband can do together, but it also, because it's focused on a healthy cycle, it automatically leads to you having good nutrition, which leads to your family having good nutrition. It promotes healthy pregnancies because you're focusing on your health. And the other thing is, it's based around abstaining during the fertile times when you need to postpone pregnancy, which is not all the time, thank goodness, but sometimes you do have a reason. And that's, I always call the marriage boot camp. So it's hard. But it also builds strength in your relationship. It's also something that you're working on every single day together. And that is a great blessing. It's kind of, like I said, a boot camp. It's a little bit of exercise do every day and you get great results. So not always fun, not always something you want to do, but something that brings just strength to your marriage that lasts forever.
So, Katie, why did you choose to work in the world of natural family planning, particularly with Couple to Couple League?
I think for me, it's a way to give back. My husband and I are so grateful for the blessings that we've been given by following natural family planning. We kind of feel like it's mean not to have all our brothers and sisters have it. I think the number one thing we hear in classes is, we'll hear couples that are like, why didn't anybody tell me about this? And for all the money that's spent on so-called sex education, people come into our classes and have no idea how their fertility works. It's the silliest thing. And so with that, we've just been so blessed that we just feel like we want to help other couples to have the same gifts that we've been given.
How would you say the world of natural family planning has evolved since you started your fertility journey?
I think, the biggest thing is the technology, right? So you can still manage your fertility with a thermometer, pencil, and paper. It works just fine. But you can also use an app, and there's also new devices coming out every day. So that's, not necessary, but it can be really helpful for the husband and wife to have an app that assists them to interpret their fertility and keep track of signs. Super nice when you're at the doctor's office that you can just show them your phone and they can get a bird's eye view into kind of what's going on with your cycle and make sure, help you, stay healthy or get healthy, which is wonderful.
So, Katie, what is it that you enjoy the most about working for Couple to Couple League?
Well, I enjoy the privilege of working with such great people like yourselves. And really, it is a volunteer organization. It is a 50-year-old organization of people that are convicted, just like I am, that this is such a neat thing that God has given us, such a gift. And we are just really convicted that we'll volunteer our time to get certified, to learn the latest scientific methods, and to to really teach that really well. And so the organization is not just the central office team, but it's the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers across the United States and even across the world that are committed to helping other couples.
So you said Couple to Couple League has been teaching natural family planning to women and couples for over 5 decades. How does that position you in the growing world of fertility awareness and a desire for couples and women to have natural methods of family planning?
I mean, it's a beautiful legacy to have built up that common language in over 50 years so that people form a community that can help each other. They understand, they can speak the same language so they can understand and help each other. But it also, with my training as a software engineer, I love Couple to Couple League because they're always so attentive to keeping up with scientific studies, the latest information, the newest breakthroughs. So we are in the midst of updating our app. It's now going from PsychoPro to PeakDay. And that's an amazing opportunity for us to build a new technology as we go. We just are getting going on that. But it's really a blessing. We just are committed to this and look forward to keeping growing in our PeakDay app and helping couples.
So let's just talk about the PeakDay app then, since you've mentioned it. I know you're probably pretty deep into the development part of the app, Katie. What has been your role in the development of the new app?
Sure, I'm part of the development team, and so we've spent quite a bit of time looking through basically the user interface, which seems like not that big of a deal, but it's a big deal because you have to use it every single day. And so, being able to enter your signs every day, your biomarkers every day, easily, well understood, is huge, right? Because if you can't do it easily, it can get messed up, and then that kind of ruins the whole process here. So we've spent a long time doing that, and I think we've come up with a really excellent product. And at the same time, it has some, it not only guides you to interpretation of your chart, so it'll help you show you what your interpretation is, but it also has some nice comparison tools. So you can look back at 6 cycles, you can look at statistics. Those are helpful for medical reasons. And then it also has an ability to interact with a teaching couple or a coach or a doctor. So they can follow your charts. You can share your charts. There's a forum on there, always has been, where you can kind of put it up and people can talk, have a discussion about, your questions. So it's really quite amazing and wonderful tool for us to just be better, be there when people need us, and answer their questions and help them on their journey.
But what have you enjoyed, Katie, working on this new app?
For me, I started on and learned on paper charts, and that works just fine. But for me, using the app has been so much fun because to me, it's like magic because I always had to do all the interpretations by myself all alone. And so this just really gives you a lot of confidence because the app does provide interpretations. And if it doesn't, there's a reason for that, and you have to kind of figure that out too. So either way, it kind of reinforces all the stuff that you've learned. So for me, just seeing the cool colors and seeing how it interprets it is just fun. It's just totally fun.
So this is going to be a great tool for our students. And are we expecting to reach out more people than our students? What are your expectations for the app, Katie?
Yeah, I think we've all talked about how this is this femtech market is going to be $50 billion in 2025. Fertility apps have been downloaded over 150 million times. So I think it's something that we have 50 years of knowledge, understanding behind us, scientific information, and great certified teachers. So for us, it is our opportunity to allow other people, rather than just our students, to join us and use the app and have the blessing of NFP in their lives.
What makes the PeakDay app different from all the other apps that are out there on the market?
So what makes the PeakDay different? A few different things. First of all, it's attached to real life classes that you can take to help you understand the method. The method is well researched and is one of the most highly effective methods of natural family planning, or any type of family planning, because it's symptothermal method, which allows you to cross-check both mucus and temperature, which are two biomarkers, across each other, so that you get the benefit of not just relying on one sign. And that shows up really nicely in your chart. You can easily understand it and see it. So it's such a nice method to work with, because it's easy to get good results and help people understand what's going on with it.
So one of the advantages is going to be that it will simplify the way couples use the method, right?
Yes, it's by understanding it and being able to input in a simple interface, it works with you easily to allow you to easily see when your fertile and infertile phases are, which is the name of the game.
Can you walk us through kind of the experience for maybe somebody who's never used an app for fertility tracking before?
Sure. It's got, it'll have different really small little videos that will help you understand. You're like, what is cervical mucus? Because I've never heard of that. And temperature and how to record. But we've purposefully spent a lot of time making the interface pretty easy. So when you first go on, it's a calendar, today's date. Okay, now you can enter in, the different symptoms for fertility, your biomarkers, and you just go one day at a time. So when you do it one day at a time, eventually you get some data together, and you watch the little videos. There's frequently asked questions. We do suggest, though, that you take a class. Taking a class really does make everyone much more successful. And we do have classes you can just take online if you want to do it right away. No worries.
Sounds great for just about anybody. Definitely for couples. What about for a young single woman? Is an app like PeakDay useful?
It is, I think, great because we have a tracking only level, which is free. So as a young woman, you can just use it, no cost, and you can put in your cycle and any other symptoms. We have like 15 custom fields. We can put in how you feel, whether you're on medication, whether you get acne at a certain time or anything. And it really does help you become more self-aware. So you may not choose to use it forever, but you could use it for, 90 days. And you could really learn a little bit about yourself. Or if you're trying to work with your doctor to understand, why do I have heavy periods, or why do I get, headaches at this thing? It really allows you an opportunity to put those information in and then share it with your doctor so that they can look at it with you really quickly and easily, and there's no cost.
So, Katie, any doctor can really understand the information that an app like PeakDay will give to that doctor?
I would say any doctor could. I'm not sure that they all do. My experience has been very few understand for fertility awareness. And so we do have a partnership with My Catholic Doctor and Fem Health. And so if you go to fertilityscienceinstitute.org, you can easily get on the directory. We have our telehealth option there with that we're doing, which allows you to get to talk to someone, a medical professional, that will be able to interpret your charts. That may not be, your OBGYN doctor, so to speak, but it's a great place to get a second opinion, to get, talk to somebody who actually understands your chart. And most doctors will respect, other doctors' information and so forth. So it's something that wasn't ever available to me. Every doctor I went to was like, just go on the pill. What's the matter with you? And so it's a blessing to have medical professionals that will look at your chart with you.
For somebody who is a current CyclePro Go app user, what would be, what would be your advice about switching over from the app that they have now to the updated app?
There's probably going to be a little bit of patience required. So we hope everyone will, work along with us as we get through. At the end of the day, it's going to be a better app. We're going to continue improving it. And so all of your data will be in the new app, which is great. A few different technical things. I would just say we'll be sending out plenty of email instructions, videos of how to and so forth. So hopefully not too bad, but I'm sure everybody will be asking for a little bit of patience to make a change like that. Couple they grew from the Humanae Vitae encyclical, and in that St. Pope Paul VI asked couples to be apostles to other couples, and to share the gift of natural family planning. And we've never had a time when it's been more needed right now. Couples, this is something they need to know, and it's not well known. So we got a big audience to talk to.
All right. Again, thank you, Katie.
So I'll let you go.
Yeah. All right.
Have a good day.
All right. Thanks.
Cross my fingers.